right, K&C Masterpiece right here on 105 through the Fan. We're here with number 1 overall draft pick for the Dallas Wings. It is Paige Bueckers. Paige, thanks for jumping on with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, before the draft, I know you and a whole lot of the other soon-to-be pro players were walking the orange carpet, and there was little boys, little girls, and they were just in awe. How cool is that to be on that side of it after I'm sure you grew up being in awe of a lot of WNBA and NBA players?
Yeah, it's super surreal. It honestly felt like yesterday that I was that little kid who had idols and dreams and aspirations to be the players that I wanted to be growing up. The Minnesota Lynx were the dynasty that I admired the most. I got to see growing up firsthand, going to games and watching them win championships, and then dreaming of going to Yukon, and looking up to all those players who ever played there. So to be in this position, very grateful, very blessed, and it's just something you never want to take for granted.
Now, later in the night, for somebody who's on the cutting edge of fashion, and I saw that you mentioned this to Time Magazine, how frustrating is it when your look doesn't completely stay together?
It was fine. I was more just nervous and worried. I sweat a lot because I was anxious and I was excited and nervous and all the emotions. But it was fine. I was just more just being overprotective and cautious. But that really wasn't what I was worried about the entire night. But yeah.
The sweating part, when it comes to that, is it one of those where you immediately as you're going to something, or is it like, oh no, something big just happened and I start sweating? And for me, it's always the pits. That's the area.
I'm honestly not really a sweater,
Oh.
specifically in basketball. I sweat here and there, but I'm not dripping in sweat. But nah, I guess here and there, I guess I get a little sweaty. I don't know.
Hey, that hit you took from Jackie Young, is that the kind of thing just part of being a rookie and a way to test your guts? And how do you manage that physical part of the game?
I think that just comes with guarding Jackie Young. I mean, she's extremely strong, grown woman's strength. You can tell by her work ethic and how much effort she puts in taking care of her body, and weight stuff in the weight room is very important to her. And again, that's something you don't see as much in college, as a fully developed grown woman with grown women's strength. But yeah, I mean, that was definitely a welcome moment for sure. Slid to stay in front and then took a straight shoulder to the chest. So I'm glad Dejanay was there to get that jump ball because I needed a second.
There you go. So the last few years have been kind of a lightning bolt for intrigue for women's college hoops. Who's the next big name that we need to know about in college basketball?
Sarah Strong. I think she's the best player in the country. I think the two best players in the country will be on Yukon next year, in Azzi and Sarah. But obviously the entire team has great pieces, and the entire team is extremely talented. I'm biased, of course.
Yeah.
But Sarah Strong has every single piece you can ask for in a basketball player. She competes at a high level. She just wants to win, and she has all the intangibles, the skills, the stuff you can't teach. And she's a freshman, so I'm excited to see her growth.
I think a lot of times there's stereotypes about Texas people. Are you surprised that we don't all have accents and have horses and everything?
Yeah, there hasn't been much of accents. There's been a few, of course. You're not gonna not have any, but I've listened to less country music than I thought. But the food has been great. That's lived up to the hype for sure.
Yeah.
But no, I've got a little bit more exploring to do, so excited to do that.
Yeah, our friend Brandon Hurtado, we heard you got a chance to get a little bit of his barbecue. What are your thoughts there?
That was amazing. I've never had food like that in my life. I love where I'm from and I love where I went to school, but that food is a little different.
Oh my God, I so agree with you on that. Now, given how quickly everything in life can move, I'm curious, have you had the opportunity to take a minute to enjoy any of this? And if so, I've heard that maybe you're kind of cataloging it along the way or photographing it. Have you had a chance to enjoy all of this?
Yeah, a huge focus of mine this past year was being present, and just enjoying every single moment. It's easy to get caught up in life and what's next and what is there left to accomplish or what's the next step in my journey. But I think just stopping and looking around to smell the roses sometimes is really rewarding. And it just, I mean, you got to do it. Like I said, there's so much things that you can get caught up in life, worldly fulfillments, thinking about worldly possessions and stuff like that, which goes along with my faith, and just being grateful for waking up in the morning and being grateful to be here in Dallas on a WNBA team with great people around me, a great organization. And then obviously how the chapter ended at Yukon, wouldn't trade it for the world, my entire journey there. So you do a lot of reflecting. I'm a huge person that you want to learn from the past, not sulk on it, and just continue to get better and grow every day.
Talk with Paige Bueckers right here on 105.3 The Fan. You just mentioned your faith. At the end of July, I'm going on my first ever mission trip, and we're going to Germany. I know you have traveled all over the world. Do you have any international tips for me, travel or otherwise?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
Maybe have a translator always nearby. Find yourself embracing the culture. Don't look for America in other places, but just enjoy every single part of the new culture. Ask questions, learn, go see all the places you want to see, and don't just, I mean, you'll be tired, but don't just sit around and not explore what you went to explore.
I like that.
My co-host didn't tell you though. He likes very plain food, and he's very particular about that. Should he try to experience the food in other countries too, though?
See, I'm pretty picky too, so I understand that for sure. But I think you ought to try it, and like then if you don't, overseas and foreign McDonald's, I will say, is better than America. No offense.
Oh, why is that?
I don't know. You got to see for yourself.
Okay.
It's just they just make it with more love, I think.
Okay, so I'll make you a deal, and I think we're going to be on the same page on this. I'll try some new food if you can agree with me that people who call us picky, they just don't get it. Like, we're just very particular. That's not bad.
No, picky isn't. It's not a diss to me. It's a compliment. I like what I like, and I know what I like, and I'm a very decisive person.
Now, I was reading up that Asia Wilson said the best advice she has for you is for you to ask questions, be a sponge, and just continue. Never stop asking questions to the people in the league. Do you have any questions for us?
You said, do I have any questions for you?
Yeah, do you have any questions for us? I mean, if she's saying ask questions, we can answer. We're from DFW. We can answer lots of questions.
Well, yeah. What's the best top 3 food spots in the Dallas Arlington area?
Okay, Dallas Arlington area. You got Hurtado. That's the number one spot for us for sure. If you haven't had Whataburger yet, you got to find yourself a Whataburger. That's the way to go there. Kevin, do you have an option here?
I'm trying to think. I depended on you to be my foodie. I just go everywhere and order the exact same thing because that's what I like. So I'm not the perfect person to ask about that.
Then you got Joe
Okay, well, I have another question.
Okay.
Best golf courses.
Oh, best golf courses around here. See, I'm one of those. I like Keaton, but that's like one I grew up on. It's very small. There's a tower in the middle of the 13th hole that you got to hit around. So that's the one that I really like. But you have golf courses. I would say the Four Seasons, if you can get into that one. Our friend Derek Holland, he's over in that area. I bet she can
get into it.
Yeah, I think you should try that one out for sure. That's definitely an option. And then you got the PGA out here in the Frisco area. So that's a good option for you as well.
And then also,
I need some like beginner level.
Okay.
Courses. I would say.
Yeah. We're gonna look over and we're gonna look at the Highlands. We're gonna look at Tennyson Park in Dallas. That's where you want to go. You want to go to Tennyson is the first one you want to check out. All right.
Okay, sounds great.
And then the other restaurant to go to is Nick and Sam's.
Yeah,
that
Nick and Sam's.
place.
Nick and Sam's.
Yeah, that place is freaking incredible.
You'll love it.
Okay. Yeah, I've been to the other two, so I'll try that one.
The other part, though, that question was who do you turn to? Who have you reached out to in the WNBA for advice?
Definitely a lot of the Yukon alums through that network and through the relationships I've already built through that college experience. Jewel Lloyd was another one. Natasha Cloud's another one. I mean, there's been a lot of people that I can reach out to. Sue, Diana, talking with Maya. Stewie, I mean, there's just so many resources, especially through the Yukon Pipeline, that relationship and connection always stays open.
You talked a lot about how you grew up loving the Minnesota Lynx dynasty. How cool is it that when y'all open the regular season a week from Friday, it is going to be hosting the Minnesota Lynx?
Yeah, that's super crazy. When I was young, maybe 6th or 7th grade, I was at a Lifetime in St. Louis Park, right outside the city of Minneapolis, and Cheryl Reed was lifting weights, and she actually ended up coming to the gym and sort of putting me through some stuff and working me out. And to be a young kid and have that experience of one of the best WNBA coaches ever to take some time and coach you at such a young age, something I'll never forget. And now we're in a league where I'll be playing against her with the Dallas Wings. So it's just really a full circle moment and crazy to think about.
A lot of people said, oh, Paige wants to do this, Paige wants to do that. I'm sure you really love media speaking for you. Did you ever have any hesitation about coming to Dallas or coming to Arlington?
No, I'm glad you asked because, like you said, everybody had their own narratives and stuff they thought to be true, but I don't think anybody actually heard it from my mouth. But I was excited for Dallas. It's just an opportunity to do something new, new GM, new coaches, a lot of new in the organization. So to be able to start in new and build this new foundation this year with an amazing team, amazing coaching staff, and amazing people throughout the entire organization, embrace a new city that's shown a lot of love and welcomed me and the other rookies with open arms, and even the new free agent and trade pieces. So I'm extremely excited for it. I was extremely excited for it. I also wasn't really focused on it at the time in the moment, but now that it's true and it's coming into fruition, there was never a doubt.
You talked about all the new with Dallas. How cool is it that they're also renovating and going to have a new arena in a couple of seasons for y'all?
Yeah, the new practice facilities next year, the new arena is after that. So like I said before, just a whole lot of new, and we know how important recovery, having the right equipment, the right resources, the right people, and running that practice facility in the new arena, how important that is to draw free agents in, to build success, to build just a longevity of continued success and people wanting to be here and be in the city and play here. So it's extremely important, and like the growth in women's sports, to be able to have our own practice facilities, our own arenas, our own love and support, it's been really cool to see.
Well, Paige, you did great in this interview. My nenext question is, how have we done? What would you grade this? Is this your favorite interview so far?
Good. I would say I'll give you guys an A.
Nice.
I would say, like, as I've gone through media like heavily these past 3 weeks, it's cool to hear some new questions. It was cool for you to let me ask questions.
Yes.
So I'm sure you can hear a lot of answers from Safari or the internet that you can ask me questions and probably be the same answer. So to get new ones and switch it up, I think you guys did a good job.
Nice.
Okay, good. And I wanted to let you know, and hopefully you'll come on the show with us again. We were so professional today. We usually like to goof around even more.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for engaging in our nonsense.
Yeah, go ahead. Next time I'm on, you can goof off a lot.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah. Okay, one more quick question then. We were about to joke that since it was a pre-record, we could do whatever we wanted. Would you have stayed on the line if I was like, first question?
Oh, no.
I would have.
Hell yeah.
I would have appreciated the energy.
All right, let's go.
Next time.
Next time. Thank you very much,
next
Paige.
time.
Appreciate it.